This live stream is sponsored in part by Solar Effects Window Films. At Solar Effects Window Films, their goal is simple: make your car look hotter while keeping your interior cooler. Their automotive window films are manufactured with the most advanced technologies available, which allow them to deliver a broad range of products to meet your needs. From varying depths of warranty coverage and a selection of quality films to choose from, Solar Effects is confident they have the film you need to succeed. Check out solareffectswindowfilms.com to find out why they're the fastest growing film company in the US. This live stream is also sponsored in part by Dry Shrink Prep. Dry Shrink Prep is the healthy alternative to dryer sheets made of 100% all natural ingredients. Dry Shrink Prep, making the industry healthier. For more information and to purchase, check out dryshrinkprep.com. Lastly here, this live stream is sponsored in part by Tint Wiz. Tint Wiz is a CRM suite designed for window tinters. From acquisition to invoicing and everywhere in between, you can run your business more efficiently and more profitably with Tint Wiz. Check it out at tintwiz.com. Also available for download on iOS and Android. Free now, I believe, until June. Complimentary. I shouldn't say free. Complimentary. Due to the whole coronavirus craziness here. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Again, my name is Patrick here, and this is the channel. Welcome. This is our Tuesday night live stream here, where we kind of cover a whole number of different topics. You know, I've been doing my building a business series through here, and you know, I was doing Q&A and whatnot. So realistically, the last few weeks we've just really been covering what the hell has been going on in my life and what's going on out there in the industry and whatnot. So those guys that are watching, what's going on, welcome. If this is your first time watching, we are interactive around here. Go ahead and if you had any questions, concerns, shout outs, criticisms, feel free to drop them down there in the comment section. My Atlanta, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are being safe. What hasn't changed, or what has changed since last week? I feel for the last 4 weeks, literally everything is changing every single week. Like, it's unbelievable. So last Tuesday, let's rewind. Last Tuesday, I would have been on day 2, where not last Friday, but the Friday before, I walk into the shop, and my boss lets me know that they're going to be closing the shop the end of day. So yeah, that kind of hit me for a loop. I didn't work Saturday, I didn't work Sunday, and then I convinced my you know, I had a conversation, and we agreed that I would just basically take the business on the road and take it mobily. So I did that all last week, and then I adjusted some advertising. And we didn't really get much, but I mean, it really was the first, like, not even, first half a week that we were like offering our services on the road, and we are trying to, you know, figure out how we're going to take payment processing. Like, I'm doing everything now. For that side, it's like they'll send me a lead, and I'll have to contact the client. I'll have to see if they have a garage, if we can even do mobile with them. You know, I have to go over pricing with them. I got to go over logistics. Once I get there, I have to do the install afterwards. I got to fill out all the warranty work, and then I have to take care of the payment processing, all the accounting on where the money goes. Some goes to me, some goes to the shop. It's just, so we've been kind of running around there. Now this week is week 2, where we're gonna basically write it out. The first week I really didn't get much work. Second week I did get some work, nothing too crazy. This is the second week, and if I check my calendar here, let's see what we had here this week. I had a couple cars on Monday, couple cars on Tuesday, a single car on Wednesday, and then I have nothing. I'm goose egged for Thursday right now, but then I have 2 more cars for Friday. So I mean, I'd say that's pretty good, considering we kind of ramped up the advertising to go a little bit more in the direction where I live as well, but a much broader range. So we're getting more people, which is good. So we're gonna do that for the rest of this week, and then actually next week it's changing all over again. I mean, I just want this to kind of be over with, but like, it's changing again. So it's gonna be like, Joseph Shin with the sub, brother. Welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the channel. Jeff says, hey, how's the weather? The weather is hot, bro. Hot. Monday or Tuesday, I think. Tuesday, it hit like 100. And today was like in the high 80s, but it's humid, very humid. I'm doing you know, these installs in people's garages, and I'm sweating up a storm. And now it's to the point where like I almost need like multiple shirts, one shirt after every, you know, because I can't take the same sweaty shirt and go to the next client, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be going through a lot of shirts, but yeah, that's the name of the game. Jason, what's going on, man? Welcome, 1,000 welcomes. Yeah, so next week is actually gonna change. So now and it's just all crazy because of all this craziness going on. Florida's under a stay-at-home order, and but we're gonna open up the shop. We're gonna open the shop Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is gonna be a little crazy because I'm gonna get paid my normal rate Monday, Wednesday, Friday when I'm at the shop. But now on the road, I'm gonna be commission only, which isn't bad, but it's just a change. So, and then now I'm ramping up Sun Solutions tinting because I don't know exactly how much work I'll get on the road with my job. So then I gotta try to fill time as well when I can, where I can with Sun Solutions. So it's going to be very interesting. You know, I've had a couple conversations with people. I had a couple phone calls, so I do have some prospects where I might be going to locations, doing some installations, and doing like a commission rate, and then but doing that from multiple shops. So like, you know, maybe I might visit 2 or 3 shops in a day and you know, do a car or 2 for them, and that way I'm making enough money that I need to make to be able to, obviously I'm not trying to get rich here, but I'm making sure that my bills are paid. So that's what I've been going through lately. Like, and the quarantine hair, can you guys see this? This is crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna put my water down. This is crazy. I usually get a haircut like twice a month, the first Monday after the 1st and after the 15th, and now I'm dying. I'm losing my mind. I'm wearing a hat every single day. It's craziness. Jeff says 70 and sunny in Oregon. I bet you it's gorgeous in Oregon. You know, sunny and wood, green, very green. I feel like it's green. Yeah. So what's going on with you guys? Let me know. What are some crazy stories you guys been going through? What you know? I've been just running. I've been going through the ringer, just running through it. Actually, big jump in things. Everyone that's watching here, what's up? Welcome, thank you. And truth be told, I was obviously, because we're late tonight. Hell, I was sitting there watching a show with the old lady, and the show ended. And I looked over. I'm like, oh, it's 9:09. I have like 21 minutes before I gotta get the live stream together. And I looked over and I'm like, shit, no, it's not 21 minutes. I'm 9 minutes late. God, ugh. So that's why I'm late. Sorry, guys. Sorry. It's been 3 weeks. I think what I want to do next week is, I think I'm definitely gonna get Matt back on here just so we can you know, just me and him shoot the shit. It's been you know, we've been so busy because I'm very routine, right? Like I go to the shop 6 days a week, and like I work, and then when it's slow, I just kind of chill and wait for the next car to come in. So like I'll get on the horn with Matt, and him and I will shoot this shit. But I've been so busy, like running around, like stressing, making sure like you know, we get everything taken care of, and I again, I'm trying to get as much work as I can in and whatnot. Oh, but I did get the van wrapped. It looks sick. Let me see if I can show you guys here. Hold on. Oh. Damn it. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah. Yeah, so here, hold on, let's see here. We got that. Boom. So that's the new Ford Transit. I dropped this puppy off and it was there for about 4 or 5 days, and I had it picked back up. But look how sweet this thing is. This was all white, right? Let me see here. There's another picture. That's sick. That is, I think that's a Corvette. I think it is a C8 Corvette. And then there's a Porsche. There was another Porsche. This is over at Window Tint Z in Winter Springs. This place was sick. When I first went there, they gave me a tour of this place. I mean, they had not Maseratis. They had a McLaren in there. They had a Ferrari. I mean, they were doing some crazy work. Let me see if I can. Yeah, and here's the back end right here. So it turned out really sweet. I couldn't be happier with the wrap and the installation. It turned out really well. So I'm really excited about that. That's gonna be, now I'm driving around and I'm driving around a rolling advertisement. So I think this is definitely going to be a step in the right direction, especially trying to get me, trying to just book more work while I'm out and about. I've noticed, like, I did notice, like, once you start going and you start getting out on the road, like, it all, like, it kind of snowballs, right? So you do 1 or 2 gigs and you're trying to figure out how to get the gigs, right? So you're always like shooting advertising, talking to people. I've closed jobs. Like, there's this local watering hole I go to, obviously not anymore right now, but they make one of the best old fashions, and they house like top end bourbons. So I'll go there after work and just crank out like 2 or 3 old fashions before I head home. And I'll just be shooting the shit with people there at the bar, just talking, whatever, at the end of the day, and I'll start closing deals right there. I'll a job here, a job there, and but those jobs end up turning into more jobs. It's crazy because, like, I've done it where, like, I did 2 fronts and then all of a sudden 2 fronts turned into another set of 2 fronts for the spouse, and then like the neighbor sees that I'm doing something, so the neighbor comes over and then it turns into a full car, so like some people are like, they're like, oh no, I don't want to do 2 fronts, or I don't want to, but you never know what it's going to be. Like, if I didn't decide to just do those 2 fronts, which, let's say I was going to make $90 off those 2 fronts, right? I ended up making 180 because I did 2 sets of 2 fronts, and then I made another 200 from the neighbor that came over. So that's 390, right? When it was only supposed to be $90 or 380. So yeah, you never know where it goes. You never know where it could go. I've been doing jobs sparingly. Yeah. I just can't wait for everything to get back to normal. It's like, oh my Lana. Plus, when I'm not working here, I'm trying to stay as busy as I can. The old lady like kicked me out of the living room. I can't be in like the main areas. I can be in my office here and I can be in the bedroom, but like between like 7 and 5, like I'm not allowed to be out there unless I'm eating food. I think I'm gonna have to go through all the music and redo the music because I've had the same mix for like the last couple months, which I can't really tell, but I think I don't know. So much work to do. I'm rolling around. These are my 2 phones. So I'm rolling around with 2 different phones, a work phone and a personal phone, trying to keep shit managed and organized. And now I'm trying to organize the place I work for, their shop schedule, plus the mobile schedule, plus I'm booking gigs for Sun Solutions, and I have to be able to organize all that and keep it all straight, and not drop the ball because I'll look horrible either way. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, shout outs, we were just kind of jumping in and just kind of talking and shooting the shit with each other. I think what I'm gonna do next week, the week after, probably next week, I'm gonna be like looking into restream. So I'll be doing the same stream, but then like one part will go to a copy will go to YouTube and a copy will go to the Facebook group, and we're gonna get a bunch more other people in here and get the interaction a little bit more. It's good. It's always good. We get like 9, 10, 12 people. I definitely get a boost when we bring Matt on the show, but on the show, on the live stream, on the podcast. I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know what you call what I do or what I've done. I do have two videos in the works right now. One video was of me picking up the van because it looks sick, and we did a quick tour of the property, Window Tint Z. And then another video I've been working on, it's like a 30-second strip, and that's going to be like the first Facebook advertising for Sun Solutions. So let me see, maybe I can pull that up. I don't think I saved a copy. The quick question is if I'm going to be able to even render out a video while I'm live streaming and doing other stuff, like, I should be good. My CPU is not burning too hard. Barely. 1%. I think we're good. So okay, so let me render this out real quickly. And drop this in the downloads. I'll give you guys a quick showing. My CPU usage went from 0.6 to 1.2, so it doubled. And now it's back down because that's how fast it rendered. Okay, here, hold on. I figured out I'm gonna be when I want to shoot videos or show videos, I have to download it and upload it onto in here through my software, because when I try to just do a share screen, like my everything goes crazy. So let me go over. Let me show you here. Hold on. Let me show you what I got. There's no music. There shouldn't be any music. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see. Let me show you what I got here. Hold on. Boom. And I'll put the overlays back up. Okay, so there's no audio, like the audio. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a 30-second thing, right? And so in my mindset, my idea behind this video, right, is that we're gonna be focusing on, I want video first and foremost because I'm gonna be doing Facebook advertising. So when you're going through your news feed, video catches a lot better, but you have to be a little bit creative with the video advertising, because when you roll through it, most of the time the audio isn't there, so you cannot just be sitting there talking, because it's going to look like this. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to look like that, like you're just talking and there's no music, like. So you can't have an advertising like that for Facebook, right? You have to have like a story or something that's catchy. I did for advanced, I did do a B-roll sequence, like a slow-mo B-roll sequence of one of the installers installing a window, which turned out really well. So the premise of this is that you could watch the video without hearing the audio and still know exactly what it is. I am going to throw captions in there, but like the premise is that we're going to be talking about, at Sun Solutions Tinting, we're keeping safety in mind. We're implementing new safety protocols here, offering, and then from there we're talking about contactless payment options, where basically I can send them an invoice and they can pay online. Also steam cleaning, sterilization before and after the job, and then also video conferencing, because people might not want to come face to face with me, and that's totally fine. And I'm even setting it up where like I can get to the job site and I can video conference them. They can open up the garage, and like I never really see them face to face, and they can open up the garage and have the keys waiting for me. So completely safe, completely within the limits of the CDC and whatnot. Where there we go. I was wondering why. Oh, it must have been between them. So that's what I got so far. I am gonna have to add music to that as well. I am gonna add some like background music, but it is gonna be like a voiceover. So I'll be voicing over in the commercial, basically stating what the commercial is saying. So that should be ready by hopefully by this week. It won't allow me to delete it. Oh, it's open in OBS, so whatever. Ba, 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 ba. I hope you guys are being safe out there. The snowball, exciting. And he said, I got into a campground last year to do a sunroof for around 1,600. Nice. Ended up getting about 10 to 15 more jobs, price ranging from a few $100s up to 1,800. Was a blast. Yeah, absolutely, Jason. Absolutely. You know, you just gotta be respectful and approachable and just do your job right. Just do your job right. I mean, it's not that hard. Can't be too hard. You know, I've noticed like viewerships have dropped, and I don't know if it's because people don't know what, you know, it probably doesn't help that like I literally don't set up an event until I'm ready to go live. So like literally the people that show up are part of the notification squad, because I just like if it's a 9 o'clock thing, like I like set it up in YouTube at like 8:57. So it's probably a little bit me. I could probably have a little bit of a bigger crowd if I actually set up a week before. So maybe I'll talk to Matt tomorrow and see if he's into doing another live stream, which he does. I know he likes it. So hell, him and I talked for like an hour and a half last time we did it. So all right, since viewership is kind of like you know, I mean, it's better if better if you're watching and you have a question for sure. If you guys have any questions, concerns, shout outs, let me know. That's what I'm here for. Oh. This is my new obsession, my thermos. I just fill this thing up with ice and water. What's going on, Tint Boss? What's going on, brother? Welcome. Let's see if we can find any questions on Facebook in the group. Here's a good question. What's the best plotter, size, and software to use? I mean, I guess it's not. It's a good question. You know, best plotters, I would say, you know, there's Jaguars, there's Rolands, there's Graphtex. Those are like the three main ones. And you know, and they all vary, but you're gonna spend right around $5,000 to $6,000, and I'd say that's for like a 40-inch plotter. If you're sticking with automotive, I'd probably shoot for a 40-inch plotter. The only really thing that you really need is, I mean, every now and then you find a front windshield that's a little bit more than 40 inches, and the only other time that you would actually need a plotter, like a 60-inch plotter, would be for like a Tesla Model 3, you know. But I mean, and you could spend a couple $1,000 more dollars. If you're gonna stick with auto, I'd probably just say stay with a 40-inch. Now, if you decided to go into like deco, or you're ever going to get into like flat glass work and stuff like that, then you might want to think about getting like a 60 or 72-inch plotter. 72-inch, 60-inch, 72-inch. I think they come in 72-inch also. Just because now you have a little bit more versatility, especially if you're going to be doing like big print jobs and things of that nature. You know, there's good money in deco. So I mean, so don't sleep on that. Software to use, there's a bunch of good ones out there, to be honest. There's I mean, I know Dab is Expel exclusive, so you can't use them. But like Loomer's Precision Cut, they'll sell it to you. They just charge you an arm and a leg. Film and vinyl design, I think there's a lot of people with software, but those are the two ones, the main two ones I've used for sure. Dylan Fraser, I hope I'm not screwing up that name here, says hello, what's up? I have a quick question. I know that Matt uses Squeaky Monkey on the window. What do you use to better clean the windows? I use my slip solution, but it depends on the vehicle and the situation, depending on how intense I want to get it at, right? So typically I tint cars that are usually 1 to 5 years old. I don't typically, my clientele and my target audience is not really like older cars, right? So typically just a scrub pad that I've used, and I used to use the white scrub pads, but now I use the Scrub It pads. The brown ones are for regular cleaning, and then the blue ones are a little bit more abrasive for like adhesive removal. But I've just been cutting those down so that it can fit like my reach tool and things of that nature, and I keep a little block of it. Those are probably one of the best ones because I like a good quality scrub pad. But if it's like, it's more like there's really not much that's, I mean, how dirty could a window be, right? The only thing would be like if there's something that like, and I caught it where like something might be stuck on the glass that like a scrub pad won't get off, and you literally have to take like your Alpha knife and pull out a long blade and scrape it on the glass sideways, and you'd have to literally scrape it off. So what I would probably suggest is not finding like that magic cleaner, but I would say is, here's a good example: wet the window down, scrub it, right? Scrub it with your scrub pad, and then once you're done scrubbing with your scrub pad, wipe your hand on it. Wipe your hand on it. Does it feel smooth? Does it feel clean? And if that's the case, you pretty much, now you squeegee clean and you install and you're pretty much good to go. But there are some times on the older cars, maybe that have dirt in the gaskets or things of that nature, you're feeling it, and then you feel like a little something here. Maybe they were a smoker and they have ash that like clung onto the back thing. There's a number of different things that could be sticky. This is probably a really good practice to do, especially when you're doing front windshields. Also scrub, and then get your hand on the glass and feel every inch, and you'll feel like a hard spot, like if something's stuck on that glass and that the scrub pad didn't get, that you need to scrape with your knife. Because if you can feel it with your hand and it needs to scrape off with a knife, you're definitely gonna feel it. You're definitely gonna see that in the installation, and you're gonna have to redo it. So that is my answer to you, my friend. I hope that helps, Fraser. Versatility said, how's work been for you lately? It's been okay. Right now financially it hasn't really affected me because I've been working on the road, but like the road isn't showing much. But here's the thing: we're like a shop that works at the shop, right? And then so we've decided to take it on the road. Hold on one second. I like adjust my pants here because my leg is sticking. So we had to take the shop on the road essentially for the auto section, and so it just takes time to transition over to that. It's not an overnight thing, right? So now we're in the second week of me being on the road 100%. The first week was a little slower. This second week is averaging about two jobs a day, which is good considering that you started from nothing the week before. And then going into the third week, now we're going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to open the shop 3 days a week. And then so I typically get like a standard day rate, but what we're going to do now is that I'm going to be at the shop Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm gonna get my standard day rate, and then I'm working on commission for the Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, which is going to be interesting because I actually have never been I've never been paid commission before, ever. Like I am a salary guy for sure, you know. Like I know I can make a little bit more money actually on commission, especially with a volume shop, but I like to know that my check is the same every single week, because you have to be on commission. You have to be very on top of your finances, because spring and summer you're going to get paid out the wazoo. But if you don't manage your finances and put your nuts away for the wintertime, you'll get like $100 checks in the wintertime, and you can't survive off $400 a month. You know what I mean? So so you got to be really, really careful with it, which I am financially like savvy. I am financially savvy, so I mean, obviously I run my own business now and do other things and do multiple things, but sometimes I try to keep it as simple as I can. Tint Boss says, bro, what's your experience with Suntech Standard? Is Solar Effects a better quality with regards to the dyed construction? I'll be honest with you, I've never worked with Suntech. I think I did work with Suntech like the first year I ever worked in tint, and I even worked with like a 1mm film. My experience is not, I don't think it's more on Suntech's part, but I think it's like I didn't really enjoy the one ply film. But Solar Effects, I've been using Solar Effects more and more, as you all know. I exclusively use Solar Effects for Sun Solutions tinting within the auto division. The auto, but like if I do flat glass I might break out and using someone else, but I'm exclusive Solar Effects for automotive for Sun Solutions tinting. So I've been using them obviously more and more lately, and it is definitely a little bit different than Lumar. I think I feel that like it's a little bit thicker, but I think it's a standard thickness, because I remember Johnson being thick. I think it's Lumar that feels a little thinner, and it's just like it's a transition, but the Solar Effects is a solid film. It's shrinking really well, it goes on easily, and the numbers stand by themselves, you know, with really great heat rejection and IR rejection, and depending on what films you're using and things of that nature. So I use the Carbon FX, I use their IR FX, and then I use their FX Plus. So they're all like good quality films, but they're all part of that premium lifetime warranty sections. They do have other films that are like 5-year warranties and such like that, but I wanted to go through a lineup of films that were only premium lifetime warranties. So to answer your question, Solar Effects. G's Pat said, what's your opinion on XPEL films, and do you think 45% is too light on the sides and the back window? XPEL film is good film. It's very good film. I got no problems, no qualms. I know people that use XPEL and do very, very well. 45%, you're asking me, is 45% too light? That's a relative term, my friend. You know, what's light to me may not be light to you. For the sides and the back, some people like 45-50%. Even lighter. Like I've heard people call 30% all the way around, like the European look. In Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, I believe the legal limit's 32%. So legally you have to put like 35 on there, right? So like I remember the first time I moved to Florida and I started seeing all these cars with 15% from a place that's like it's 35 or nothing, right? And I come down to Florida and people have like 15 on the back windows, 30 on the front. I'm like, oh my god, look how dark these cars are. So 45% is all right. I probably more for a front windshield for me, but like you know, I have 15 on my sides and I have 30 on my windshield on my work van. So it's a little light for my taste, but it's nothing bad. Let's see. Versatility says, I just started using Avery Dennison NR. Took some time getting used to the color, but I love it and it shrinks really well. And you know what? Matt brought that up. And now that I'm working with different different films, you know, I was exclusively using Lumar. Now I'm using Lumar and I'm using Solar Effects, and then but I have samples of other ones. You know, some films might look a little bit more on the bronzy side. Some films might look a little more on the charcoal or darker side. Some films might look like they have a little bit of a more of a cooler or a blue hue to it. And it's crazy because like now that I've been working with Solar Effects, like I look at Lumar films, and Lumar films look like a more of a browner look to me now, and I never noticed it before. So it really just it kind of just depends on what you're typically used to working with and what you typically see. So I just want to see at night, you know, yeah, 45% you'll be able to see, you know, 50%, I mean, you know, and 30% you should be fine as well. So at night, yeah, I use 15, I have 15% around on everything. I can still see at night. I just wouldn't go down to like limo, right? Because then I mean, you just can't see shit. And at night it's even harder, especially if you don't have backup cameras, and then you got to roll your windows down to back up and blah blah blah. So, and also it really just depends on how good your eyesight is and how good or shitty of a driver you are. You know, if you have a horrible vision and you're a shitty ass driver, don't get dark tint on your car. It's not a good idea, you know. But if you're in your early 20s and you have good eyes and you have backup cameras and sensors all over your car, then yeah, it's not a problem. Is 39 too Lonnie Bear says, is 39 too old to start tinting? Fuck no. Julia Childs was in her early 50s or in her 50s when she started cooking, and Julia Childs became one of the greatest cooks who ever, you know. Julia Childs was a chef at a time where it was predominantly men, like very if any women, and she knew nothing. It's not like she was like classically trained, like, you know. And so my thing that is 39, you know, if it took you to 39 to figure out that this is what you want to do and this is what you want to move forward with in your life, and this is what makes you happy, and this product and this service and this lifestyle can provide for your family and for you, then that's all you need to know. Then no, it's not 39 is too late. Is that it just took you 39 years to find out what you really wanted to do with your life. So no, absolutely not. Versatility says, yeah, Avery at the first glance seemed a little cooler and at slight blue over everything, but I have it for a few weeks and color is really vibrant. Yeah. Avery, I know Matt uses Avery Dennison, and he's got no problems with it. Brandon says, Patrick, I'm curious to know your history with Matt. When did you meet, and just the story? You guys seem to be best buds. Curious how that happened. That's funny. Okay, so what is the story between Matt and I? How did we meet? How did we get along? Why do we get along so well? Okay, 4 years ago, 5 years, going on 5 years now, 4 years ago, I got into window tinting, and I found Matt's videos and I ingested everything I could, and I started tinting windows and whatnot. And then I started getting into, putting videos up, because at the time the rumor was that Matt left and stopped shooting videos. Matt stopped shooting videos for like 4 years. And the rumor on the internet was that he died in a car crash. That was the legit rumor, right? And so there was no one else releasing content. At the time, it was Matt apparently was dead. And it was Ralph Van Pelt that was actually the only person out there releasing live streams. Now Sean from Window Tint Warriors, before he was Window Tint Warriors, he was like Window Tint Supplies or something like that, but before that he was Platinum Tinting, and he had been releasing videos time and time, here and there, still building a following, but not as consistent as he is now. He's been cranking it. He's been doing very well for a few months now, surprisingly, which is good, because typically he'll go in there and he'll crank out like 4 or 5 videos, but then he'd go away for like 6 months to a year. And this is not like not a knock on him by any means, but more so is that his content was good, and people wanted more, but it would become very sporadic. So I started shooting video because there really wasn't anything out there, and I just kind of like, let's see where this goes. So I actually started shooting videos and started doing instructional videos and things of that nature. And I even went to I'd like go into comments on some of Matt's videos and be like, unfortunately guys, Matt's not releasing videos anymore, but check out my content, it's the same. Like that's literally it, because I didn't want to be like, Matt's dead, so blah blah blah. Fast forward a few years, and come to find out, Matt isn't dead. Matt is working for a place called Tint Squad. Him and his dad just had a falling out, and he stopped working for his dad, and he was going strictly mobile, and so he had a hard time trying to figure out how he can shoot video when he's doing mobile stuff and things of that nature. And he did one video or two videos, and then I found out he was alive. And then so I messaged him off of Facebook and been like, I heard you're I heard you're alive, I thought you were dead, my name's Pat, and I kind of explained who I was, and him and I just started opening up and started talking back and forth, and just opened up a correspondence back and forth. Last year at the Tint Off was the first time I ever met Matt in person. And we both have very similarities in common. Obviously we're both YouTubers in respect to window tinting and such, but him and I will bounce off ideas in regards to how can we make this a sustainable career. How can we make posting videos, and then we started working on different projects like Certified Tinter. Selling items was going very well. Matt sells stuff on his store. He came out with Glass Aid. I came out with Dry String Prep. We both are, we bounce ideas on how we can acquire sponsorships. There was very we both didn't have sponsors before before we hooked up with each other. So we bounce ideas and such, and we're just like, we're the same person. Like, we'll get on the phone with each other and talk literally for 5 or 6 hours, because we just do installations. So as we're working, we're just talking to each other and bullshitting the whole time. And that's that's pretty much it. The rest, they say, is history. So we just started talking and kept talking, and it's weird. My life is really strange, because you would think I am outgoing, right? But I'm the guy that I don't give a shit if I go to the bar by myself. I don't do the nightclub and I worked at a nightclub for years. I was a bouncer and I ran promotions, and for 5 or 6 years I did the nightclub scenes, where I was working until 5 in the morning and just getting plastered 4 or 5 days a week. And so I'm over that stage of my life now. I just want to sit down and have some really good bourbon and eat really great steak and have a great conversation with great people. I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. So I don't have friends. I'll be honest with you. I don't have friends, in-person friends. Probably one of the closest in-person friends that I do have is Martin Fowler from Alligator Window Tint. And because him and I will actually meet up. He met up and we shot an interview actually in this room, but it just didn't, the audio was off, and the video wasn't as great as I thought it was. But he might be the closest thing to an actual physical friend that I can maybe see. If besides that, Matt lives in Michigan, Mike Powell lives in the Carolinas, North Carolina, I think. I should know that. And Robert lives in Ohio, so it's I talk to Eric a lot. He's in LA, and so my circle, my online circle is just pretty much who I talk to on a regular basis. I hope that answered your question, or if that was just a really long-winded way of saying we talked from online. Tim Boss says, I would love to use the Avery here in Trinidad. Cost is high to import. If any of you guys can buy me some film up there, I can pay anyone extra for sourcing these films. God, good luck, brother, man. I know it's hard. I was having this conversation with someone earlier this week about because window tint, and I could be wrong about this, but like window tint is like as American as apple pie and baseball. Like there's like we run like tint. Like I think if you can get yourself over to the UK with quality film and proper, I think the expansion opportunities in the UK and throughout Europe for window tinting is massive. I think ooh, untouched. Day night window tinting, what's up, baby? What's up? He's gaining subs pretty quick. Yeah, oh yeah, everyone's, you know, I'll be honest with you, I gotta work on my video content because I've literally just been shooting live streams for the last probably better part of 2 years now. And I was shooting live streams when like no one was shooting live streams. Like Matt and I truly believe the live streams are like the future of it's just like another content source, right? Because like realistically before it was just nothing but Thomas, thank you very much for the sub, brother. Welcome to the channel, man. YouTube was strictly like video like produced video content. But we see this trend going towards live streaming, especially with like gaming is like massive and huge, and that's like outsourced. But I think more IRL and live streaming is going to become more and more popular and become, you know, an acceptable norm. But I gotta work on uploading more video content as well, because I don't know, I'm kind of lost on it, because like you make the effort to shoot content. And to make a standard video, even like a 10-minute video, could take hours. Like you saw that 30-second shoot that you saw me do when I did the commercial that I'm working on right now. A 30-second shot took me 2 hours to shoot. No joke. So imagine how long it takes to shoot a 10-minute video, you know? And you got to say the word. I mean, I have to, and then editing it takes forever. And then you gotta put some sort of structure together. So it takes time. And then so one 10-minute video could take about 10 hours to produce, and then you put all this time and all this effort, and the video like flops, you know what I mean? Then you have tags that you got to think about, you have thumbnails that gotta be on point, and a number of different things. So just some more stuff. I gotta be more consistent and upload more video content as well, like pre-produced video content, get the subs up. But I kind of like it at the point where it's like I just want to shoot videos that I like. I don't want to shoot, I mean, I want to shoot instructional videos to help people out and do stuff like that, but I want to shoot the videos that I think are necessary. And if the subs aren't there, they're not there. It is what it is. But like, I mean, I have almost 13,000 subs. Like that's not a little number, right? I mean, and when you're going through it, like I know people have like hundreds of thousands of subs or like millions of subs, but like, you know, someone told me once, like, think of the number and imagine being in front of it. Like some people start off a YouTube channel, they're like, oh, I only have 100 subs, right? Think about it. Like, close your eyes and think of 100 people in front of you. That's a lot of people. Could you stand up and talk in front of 100 people? How about 1,000 people, 5,000 people, 10,000 people? You see what I'm saying? So it's like the quality of the subs on my channel is like all window tinters that are hardcore, and I love it. And that's it. I'd rather have that than have a million subs that no one really gave a shit about, you know? Washington, what's going on, man? Long time, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. How's the mobile going? Jaybird, it's going, baby. It's going. We're working on it. A lot of changes, you know, going mobile. For myself, for Sun Solutions, and then we took the shop that I work for, Advanced. We took the auto portion mobile, and it's just changing week to week, brother. Just changing week to week. Versatility says that do you still tint smokers' cars if the stench is too overwhelming? Is that the worst? You know. It's kind of like some shops will charge like a fee if it's like, if a car's dirty, they'll charge like a cleaning fee or a servicing fee or something like that for that. You know, I've never been in a car that the cigarette smoke was way overbearing. But I was also a smoker for 15 years, so like cigarette smoke doesn't bother me actually. Like at the end of the day, you know, if the end of the world ever came, like one of the first things, the two things I would get is a bottle of really nice bourbon and a carton of cigarettes. That's probably the first thing I do. But no, I've been smoke free for over 3 years now, so it was time. And I have really shitty will. My willpower is horrible. Like I won't have one cigarette. Like I can't allow myself to have one cigarette, because one cigarette will turn into a pack, which will turn into a carton, which will be me smoking a half a pack of cigarettes a day. That's my justification. Yeah, you know what, once we start getting the questions going, like it definitely rolls a little bit easy. Honest Tint, what's going on, baby? What's going on? Wow, I didn't even realize it. Like when we started this Q&A, like it was like literally 4 or 5 people, and there's like 16 of y'all in here now. That's crazy. Like I was looking at a completely different screen, and that's the kind of thing I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to produce content and have these conversations without any of my screens on. Like obviously the Q&As, the questions pop up and things like that, but like I don't want to know how many people are watching, because I just want to do my content, right? And then I don't care if there's 4 people watching, 40 people watching, or 400 people watching. It's just like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? David Okasima. I looked at David over Patrick, looked at this guy from Tint Stuff, but Patrick, you good, bro? Do you have to remove the weather stripping if you computer cut? No, you don't. No, you don't need, because you don't need to, unless you're going to be bottom loading, you don't need to remove the weather strip. Most computer cut options will either give you like a standard or a long version. Typically the long version is for if you are bottom loading, but if you're top loading, they give you a shorter version that just goes underneath the weather strip. But no, you don't have to remove the weather strip. MP Tinting says DSP works amazing, brother. Oh, thank you very much, man. I'm not selling snake oil, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's funny because I have some people, and I bite my tongue and I won't name names because I don't want to do that. But like there are for real people out there that think, I know people out there that think that Matt is nothing but a scam artist. That think that think he is taking advantage of his followers and sponsors, or I mean, obviously I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but like legit people that I know for a fact try to sell like knockoff Chinese tools, and then like but charge full rate for professional grade tools. At least, I mean, Matt says he has like affordable introduction.
Super chatted $5. Is this pandemic situation intervening with any of your business at the shop?
Oh, Washington, absolutely. It's definitely slowed up. That's why I focused a little bit more on mobile, especially right now, because everyone's stuck at home. But so, you know, and everyone's complaining like, you know, and no one's working and things. And not everyone's not working. You know, I know people that are doing well. I know people that are just working from home and nothing else has changed, and things of that nature. And I know people that are then qualify for the stimulus check that came in. So now you have people that are home, that aren't hurting financially, that just got a big bonus check plus tax returns. Like, I'm gonna go to them then. If they can't go out, I'm gonna go to them. So that's what I've been focusing on. It has dipped down a little bit, but you know, the business and how to run the business from a brick and mortar shop where people go to the shop to letting people know that you go to them and you need particular parameters for you to be able to do an installation for them. It's just a little bit of a change, but it takes a little bit of time. But I mean, a week or two and you should be good to go. But yeah, sorry, I get sidetracked here. So like, I think it's just funny because some people think Matt and I are like scam artists and like we're just selling bullshit. But like Glassade works. It works, right? It doesn't scratch glass, and I know because like I'll cut film on the back of a glass, and I'll be soft, I'll be gentle, just enough to cut through the film, and I'll look at the glass, and there is some glass that I can see a light etch. Nothing that the customer would ever be able to notice, but it's still there, right? So glass aid is a good idea. You know, dry shrink prep, it's true. I mean, there's no bullshit. It's like a dryer sheet, but healthier, right? I would take dry shrink prep and I would eat it. I would put it in my mouth and chew it, no problem. I would never do that with a dryer sheet. Not on your life, not on my life, because it'd probably kill me. It is made of 100% all natural ingredients. There's like 4 ingredients. That's it. Coconut oil, cocoa butter, olive oil, and avocado oil. I mean, those are the four primary ingredients. So, and a little bit of coloring to turn it blue, and then I use blue cotton candy scent. It used to be blueberry because of the blue color, but now it's blue cotton candy. It's a little bit better. Funny thing is that the blueberry smelled like a stripper, and then the blue cotton candy smelled more like fun in the sun. So like I left it to that. So I went to using Lexington to Avery and haven't changed my price points. Thinking about bumping it up a little. Not sure though. Here's the thing. If you're booked 3 weeks in advance, you're not charging enough. That means your work is too good and everyone wants to go to you. If you're not booked at all, then you're charging too much, right? Or you're not advertising enough. It's one of the two. But yeah, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about an open market and a free market. If you think that your work and everything is demanding of a better price, bring the price up. If people will pay for it, people will pay for it. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's really all on your target audience, right? There are people that buy Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces, and there are people that buy Hondas used. Like, it is what it is, and it's not bad. You're not better or worse either way you go. It's just that there's different demographics. So I mean, but you can't be the shop. The phrase, when you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing nobody. It's so true, especially in window tint. Pick what you want to do. It's not bad any way you do it. You can be a $99 tint shop. I know. I mean, do the math. Let's do the math real quickly here. Hold on. Do the math. Okay, so let's do the math real quickly. Let's say it's a $99 tint shop. Now at a $99 tint shop, you can book every single day. I can almost guarantee you this, right? So let's say on average, I'm going to do 5 cars a day, right? At $100 each, right? And I'm going to be working 6 days a week, and I'm going to work 50 weeks a year, take 2 weeks off vacation. $150 fucking $1,000, bro. $150,000. So, wrong one. Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorry. 150 grand for a $99 tint shop where people don't give a shit. You lick them and stick them. If it's a little creased, If there's a little bit of contamination, You know why? Because you spend $100 for tint. People don't have high expectations when you spend $100 for tint. Now, but you're not going to get S-Class Mercedes. You're not going to get high-end BMWs, Audis, Maseratis, so, bring your prices up if you want to adjust and have those type of cars. Like, I don't particularly like super high-end exotics. Like, I don't particularly like Lamborghinis, Ferraris. That's a little too high-end for me, and the risk reward is outweighed for me at that point. Like, if I mess up one thing, there was like at Window Tint Z, there was a $2.5 million Ferrari there. It was fucking gorgeous, right? But if I mess up one window, like damage it to the point it has to be replaced on a $2.5 million vehicle, even at best case scenario, it might be $10,000 to $15,000 to replace that glass. Best case scenario. I don't know. I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass. Over what? I might make $500-600 off that car. Like, if I like the risk of ruining it, and like it could hurt me a lot more in the long run. So that's why I don't really like particularly go for high-end exotics. But yeah, I like to stick to $50,000, between $50,000 and $150, because then once you get into $150, you start getting into like the BMW i3s or i8s, excuse me. Which are also a pain in the ass to tint, and then maybe you get up into the into the R8s from Audi. Those are $250,000 and things of that nature. But once you get into Bentleys and Rolls Royces, those is where you start getting into like the tricky areas. So my point is that you can make money no matter what, whether you want to be the $99 tint shop, you want to be the 300 or the 250 tint shop, or you want to be the $500 tint shop. There's markets and demographics for all of them. You just gotta choose a lane and fucking stick with it. Thanks for the $5 super chat, Washington, if I didn't mention that before. Sorry about that. Enjoyed the heatbox video. Hell yeah, the heatbox video is one of the best videos, bro. See, that's the shit. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That heatbox video, I had a great time. You know, breaking that shit down and showing all these other things. Like, I nerd out with window tint, and like, I didn't get a lot of views on that, but that's okay. That's okay for me. I don't need to make $100 million a year off of YouTube. Like, I just want to create videos that people enjoy and that window tinters like, and people that are in the automotive aftermarket industry. Z Customs, what's going on, baby? Versatility says it's just hard because people around here just want to tint for the looks, but I want to tint for a better film, and if try to experience, the people around you wouldn't care or understand. And listen, you might be that way, right? You might want to do $300 tint jobs, and I'm not saying you're wrong, right? But you might be in the wrong market for what you want to do. Here's a great example: South Beach, South Miami, South Florida, infamous for having like $85 tint shops on every corner. Like, you're not going to get $400 for a tint job in Miami area, right? It's just not it. Like, I don't give a shit how good you are, and how good your sales pitch is. You're just not. There's just too many people that do $85 jobs, so people think that that's the norm. But like I said, I just showed you, you can do $150,000 running a $99 tint shop. You know, don't let your pride get in the way. Like, oh, well, what do you really want to do? Do you just want to crank out cars and make 150 grand a year? There you go. Open up a $99 tint shop. You know, but if you want to have a little bit more, if you care a little bit more, you want to have a little bit more quality, you want to have a little bit of better installation, you feel like your work is better, you know, for like, is more considered like art, then charge a little bit more, then you have to find and seek out those people. But you can't do both. You can't run a $99 shop and then try to crank out a $700 S-Class Mercedes job. Like, it's you don't live in two worlds. You gotta pick one. That's why I moved away from it. You won't find any pros using Lexan. I mean, I would agree with you there. Like, I would agree with you there. Yeah, I've never used Lexan, and I'm not saying anything bad, but it's like, you don't want to use things that like the basic consumers can get their hands on. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess technically everyone can, but like, I don't know. You know, I kind of look at, I look for window film manufacturers for consistency. How long will the film last? Like, the guy that sold me my van told me that the average person keeps their car for 3 years. So theoretically, by the numbers and the statistics, as long as those numbers are true, if you can have a film that lasts at least 4 years, then you're keeping that customer happy, because statistically they'll sell the car before the film goes bad, and then the next owner will be like, oh well, there's bad film, this is the way I got it, and I guess I'm gonna have to go back and get it removed and retinted. So it kind of like refeeds back into the system, and basically replants that seed, if you will, for future work within the industry. So it's not a bad thing. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. When you don't know how long a film will last, you can't stake your career and your job. Like, if I opened up my shop, if I opened up Sun Solutions with a film that I had no clue of, that has no track record, or a film that I know will fail in a year, and I'm doling out lifetime warranties, then that's a major problem. Because, like, let's say I'm giving lifetime warranties on film that's not going to last 1 to 2 years. So all the work that I've done for a year, X amount of cars, let's say I do 1,000 cars a year, right? All 1,000 of those cars are going to come back to me and want to just get the shit replaced basically for free. that would crush and kill me as a business, right? So either find a film that's going to last longer than the average life expectancy of a car with a client, or don't offer lifetime warranty. Offer 1 to 2 to 3 year warranties, and then that way you'll never get pinched. Because what happens is like bad rolls happen, and people get into that position where they gave a warranty that the film cannot uphold with, and there's way too much work, and every car you did in the last year is coming back and having to do redos, and you can't continue a business that way. So people have to fold their up and file bankruptcy on that business and start over, because it's just like that one bad move like crushed them. I think my camera's up too high. Like I have too much headspace right here. I have my Christmas shorts on, by the way. I have like my Christmas shorts is like, it's from the Elf, so it's like literally mid-thigh. It's hilarious. And I love walking around with these. Let me see, hold on. Ow. Hold on, let me show you. Can you see, guys? Can you see these? Look at those shorts. I can do high knees, but I walk around like my neighborhood with this shit. So I think people think I'm insane. Z Custom says, but what's the plans with the van? Plans with the van? Hold on, and let me show you again here. Hold on. Here are the plans with the van. Let's see. Z Customs, there you go. I went to Window Tint Z over in Winter Springs. It's on the other side. It's on the east coast of Florida here. I'm on the west coast. But here's the van now, all wrapped, looking super sweet. Oh God, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw these photos, like it brought tears to my eyes. Like this, it just looks so awesome. So you're just rolling around in a rolling advertisement, and so I think this alone, I think, is going to bring me a fair amount of business. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's how it is. The new Trolls movie, is that the one, the world tour one? I should watch that one. Trolls is good. Plus I love Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick is probably one of my favorites. She's smoking hot. Oh, you know what, I was sitting too far back, that's why. Now the headroom is good. So I was sitting back like this. Fraser, thank you very much. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm super excited about the van. The van, I mean, and big shout out to the guys over at David over at Window Tint Z and the whole crew over there, because they're just, I mean, they're an amazing shop. It's funny. David's old lady Michelle was like, whose tint van is that they're wrapping, and she didn't realize it was my van. She's a real sweetheart. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's going really well, and in the van being wrapped, and then me showing up in like a literal black polo shirt with an embroidered my company logo embroidered, and like rocking this hat right here. When I throw this hat on here, with a pair of Dockers tucked in, with a belt on, like when you roll up like that, like my film cost isn't cheap. My entry-level film is $200. My mid-grade ceramic film is $350, and my high-end ceramic film is $700. So like, I gotta look tits. I gotta look money when I do that. And actually, the funny story is I dropped where I bought the van originally at the Ford dealership. The guy who sold it to me asked me to bring cards over, like business cards, and I hadn't gotten them together, and then I finally got them together, and I got the van wrapped, so I dropped them off today. And I was showing him the van wrap, and he's like, holy shit, this looks good, dude, like you look legit. And I'm like, and then what? Not yet. I'm talking to my people here. And actually one of the guys that he works with, one of his coworkers, asked me if it was a franchise that I bought into, because he's like, and I don't know if he was just like fluffing me or what, I don't know, but I bought it hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, hell no, bro, that's me all day, baby. Yeah, so like, the guy that sold it was like, bro, this looks good. You look, with you dressed like that and the van wrapped, it looks like you've been in business for years. And that's one of those things, baby. You got to fake it till you make it. And even when you make it, keep it going. Keep it going. Is there a plotter that doesn't completely break the bank, like the US cutter or something similar? I've done vinyl decals running at the same system, could be used for tint. You can use it, but on average, a decent plotter is going to run you about $5,000. But don't think of it as, will it break the bank? You got to think of it as like, how many cars can you tint in a day by hand cutting, and how many more cars can you do? It's just more, it's more of a production based thing. Like if you can only tint 2 to 3 cars in a day hand cutting, but you can tint 4 or 5 cars in a day with a plotter, then now you're making money. Even if yeah, you're making more money and it'll pay for itself. Or you own a shop and you're hiring staff, and maybe you don't want to teach people how to hand cut, because number one, if you teach your employees how to hand cut, they'll leave you and tint their own, start their own shit maybe. Or two, like maybe you just don't want them cutting on cars, and maybe your company motto is that you don't cut on cars and everything's computer cut, right? So like, so then now your employees can crank out more production more evenly, more, you know. So I don't, a plotter is more of an investment that will pay back in spades, versus, I mean, it might break the bank, but that, I mean, that you'll spend $5,000 on a plotter and that plotter will last you 5x years. I don't know, it'll probably make you $500,000 in that time frame, to be honest. Dude, you'll definitely get work on it. My trailer has a business name on it. People think you're more legit and take it yourself. Yeah. Jason said, dude, you'll definitely get more work with that van around, driving that van around. My trailer has my business name on it. People think you're more legit and take you more seriously. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people will know you're not a fly by the night tint guy. And see, that's the thing. People have this stigma about mobile guys. It's because these guys, like, it's because some tinter figured out that you can make more money on the road doing it by yourself, but the problem is they don't do it right. They get a box of film, they get their tools, and they just throw it in the back of their truck, and then they show up and tint the shit, right? And then when shit hits the fan, or they need, you know, the customer needs a window replaced, or it's not as good, they just, you know, dump the phone they have, buy a new phone, and they never have to worry about it again. And that's what people hate about mobile tinting, right? But this new line, this new I wouldn't call it a new concept, but the concept of premium mobile tinting is where it's at. Like this whole idea with this van being wrapped and having a dedicated mobile unit, having a wrap around it so you're professional, people know what you do, people take you seriously because you take yourself seriously. Same reason why Martin Fowler is so successful too. You know, he fakes it till he makes it, and he's made it. You know, he hasn't been tinting long. He's been tinting 18 months, right? But he got his van wrapped. He's got his websites on point. And he focuses on customer service and cleanliness and being able to take care of his clientele. If something's wrong, he answers the phone, and he'll drive an hour to go redo. He'll go drive an hour to redo a window because that's the right thing to do. And that's the difference between, you know, making some extra side money and making a career for yourself. So, all right, the wifey's was busting my balls in here for a little bit. Wow, we've been going on for about an hour or so, hour and 20. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and cut her off at this time. It has been a good time, you know. Brandon, last question here. Brandon says, thanks for answering my question. My Tint Wiz dry shrink prep is coming. Yeah, which I mailed it all on Monday. Super excited. How long do they normally last? It depends on how many cars you do in a day, but if you're doing at least 3 to 5 cars a day, 5 to 6 days a week, it's that should last you a month or so. I always say a month, but it probably will last a little bit longer than that. I remember them testing it, like if I really squeeze the hell out of it, a bag could last a pretty good time. pretty good time. So, but some people want to use a little bit at a time and squeeze every drop out of that lemon, or some people just buy the 16-ounce jars and just stuff the applicators. I don't want to tell people that, but I love to do that. Like I'll take the applicator and just stuff it full of product. Like it's usually $15 per 2 ounces, and I probably use $60 to $75 worth of product. I just shove it in there, like 8 to 10 ounces. Just fuck it. It looks like a rosin bag from like baseball. So but I can't tell people that, like, hey, by the way, spend $100 on one thing here. I can't do that. So, but if you want it, you can. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out tonight. Thank you very much for guys watching. Again, I will be back here next week, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I am working on trying to get some dang mobile videos, like mobile live streams together, because it's just been kind of new and stuff. I do have Wi-Fi on the van, so I'll see what I can do about getting those out. Next week I am going to go ahead and get Matt on the line here. He likes to talk and we like to bullshit back and forth, so I'll get him on the line so that we can change it up a little bit. But thank you very much, guys, for showing up for this evening, and much love to you guys. I love you guys. Make sure you guys are being safe. You know, work when you can work, and when you are working, be safe and take care of yourself, take care of your families. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.